Well, that's some bad news. Even though the engine's running, still got to come out of the car. That sucks. It actually seemed like it was running pretty well, but it was dripping water just as fast as I could put it in. Now, it looks to me like there's a freeze plug on the one side, and the other side, the block is split wide open. I mean, there's a big, long, like a 6 or 8 inch long. It's not a crack. It almost looks like a whole panel is blown out, and it looks like a piece of metal or something has come through the block. But I don't understand that because it's running pretty good. Sounds smooth, but I guess the motor's got to come out whether I want it to or not. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and take the time to clean it first before I pull it all apart. But that's going to be the next step. I've got to pull the engine block out. And let me turn this around here. If I can. It looks to me like that's where it's leaking. That's one of them. And there's the other one. I think that's a freeze plug up there behind the motor mount. I hope that's a freeze plug. Either way, unfortunately the engine's got to come out. Damn. This doesn't look like such an easy fix. Oh no. Yeah, so I've got to go ahead and clean all this up. Get the transmission and everything cleaned up, and go ahead and gunk it, degrease it, loosen everything up so that I can pull the motor out. Damn, I hate doing that, but I've got to. The block is just dumping water, and it's leaking behind the motor mount over here, which is underneath the exhaust, and the other side of the exhaust is in the way too. I don't know if I can repair this block or not, but I've got to pull it out and find out. Well, unfortunately, I found out that the engine has massive water leaks on the bottom of the block. I was told originally it was cracked, but it seems to be freeze plugs out or something, I'm not sure. But I can't access the leaks while the engine is in the car. So unfortunately, the way this car is set up, it's a matter, I've got to take the front clip off altogether. The whole front of the body is going to come off to get the engine safely. Now, I could possibly just remove the center post and take the hoods off, but it's a risk. If something happens with the lift or the hoist, then I could damage this outer body, and I don't want to do that. So I'm looking it over, and there's only a few screws. There's one here, one missing there, and then down below inside here there's I think there's a couple bolts holding the. There's like 3. There's one missing, 3 there, and then there's one way up there. Very difficult to see from this angle. Where there's basically just one screw, flathead screw here, and a nut on the inside. Same on the other side. So it's not going to be that difficult to loosen this up. Of course, I got to disconnect the electric. It's just a quick connect plug on the lights. So it should be relatively easy to take the front clip off. That's the next step. Yeah, baby doll.
You moving on the car?
I am. Front clip is off. A little bit of a panic attack there when I found there was still one wire attached. It got pulled off from there. So I'm gonna have my hands full just rewiring this thing, but it's so simple that it's really not gonna be that big a deal. But now I can see everything. I can see for sure that it's a freeze plug that's out on the left side underneath the motor mount. Right there. You can see it, I don't know. But there's a freeze plug in there. It's just hanging out. It's hanging loose. I was able to move it with a screwdriver. But that's what's dumping on this side is a freeze plug. And I've got freeze plugs for the whole car. So I'll replace that freeze plug. And then I'm going to think about fixing this crack under here. But I've got to take this whole thing off whether I want to or not. Got to remove the whole engine. I'm going to go ahead and pull the transmission and check it out too. Just because it's there and accessible. I may even just go ahead and pull the entire body off so I can get a good good restoration on the frame. It's got surface rust, but I've tapped it with a hammer in a few places and it seems to be solid. So for a 1964 frame, it's in pretty good shape, I think. But we'll see. I'm looking for numbers on it, see if I can confirm exactly what it is.